What if I told you that one country is quietly changing the future of the world? A country that was once poor, isolated, and struggling to survive. But in just a few decades, it built futuristic cities, the world's largest high-speed rail network, and became one of the biggest economic powers on Earth. Today, almost everything around you, from your smartphone to your clothes, may have one thing in common: made in China. But here's the question: how did this happen? How did China transform from a nation in crisis into a global superpower? Is it the greatest economic success story in modern history? Or is there a deeper story hidden behind its incredible rise? In this documentary, we're uncovering the truth behind China's extraordinary journey, its history, its unstoppable growth, its breathtaking innovations, and the challenges that could shape its future. This is the story of a country that didn't just change itself. It changed the world. Before China became the world's second-largest economy, before its futuristic skylines captured the world's attention, and before the words "Made in China" appeared on billions of products across the globe, China was already one of the greatest civilizations in human history. Its story began thousands of years ago. For more than 5,000 years, China developed powerful dynasties, built thriving cities, and created innovations that changed the course of human civilization. Paper, printing, the compass, and gunpowder, four inventions that transformed the world, were all developed in ancient China. At a time when many civilizations were still growing, China had advanced agriculture, impressive architecture, complex engineering, and one of the largest populations on Earth. Traders from distant lands traveled along the legendary Silk Road, carrying Chinese silk, porcelain, and tea across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. For centuries, China was one of the richest and most influential civilizations in the world. But history doesn't always move in one direction. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, China faced a series of devastating challenges. Wars, foreign intervention, internal conflict, and political instability weakened the country. Large parts of the population struggled with poverty, and China lost much of the influence it once held. Many people believed the nation would never regain its former strength. Yet beneath the surface, something extraordinary was beginning to take shape. In the late 20th century, China introduced major economic reforms that encouraged industry, investment, and manufacturing. New factories opened, businesses expanded, and millions of people moved from rural villages to rapidly growing cities in search of better opportunities. Places that had once been quiet farmland transformed into modern urban centers filled with skyscrapers, highways, and technology parks. The speed of this transformation amazed economists and world leaders alike. Within just a few decades, China had begun a journey that would reshape global trade, manufacturing, and technology. The sleeping giant had finally awakened. And this was only the beginning of a story that would change the world. In 1978, China stood at a turning point. For decades, much of the country had struggled with poverty, limited industrial development, and slow economic growth. Few could have imagined that within a single generation, China would become one of the world's largest economies. Then came a series of economic reforms. The government opened parts of the economy to trade and investment, encouraged manufacturing, and created special economic zones. One of the most famous examples was Shenzhen, a small fishing town that over the following decades transformed into a global center of technology and innovation. Factories expanded at an extraordinary pace. Roads, ports, airports, and power stations were built across the country. Millions of people moved from rural areas to growing cities in search of new opportunities. Around the world, companies began manufacturing products in China. From electronics and clothing to furniture and household goods, factories supplied markets across the globe. As exports grew, so did China's economy. Over the following decades, hundreds of millions of people rose out of extreme poverty, making it one of the largest poverty reduction efforts in modern history. Cities continued to grow higher and faster. New business districts appeared where farmland had once existed, and modern transportation networks connected regions that had once been isolated. What seemed impossible only a few decades earlier had become reality. China was no longer just participating in the global economy, it had become one of the most influential forces shaping it. Today, China is no longer known only as the world's factory. It has become one of the world's largest builders of modern infrastructure. Across the country, thousands of kilometers of high-speed rail connect major cities, allowing millions of people to travel quickly every day. Gigantic bridges cross deep valleys. Massive airports welcome travelers from around the world, Entire skylines continue to evolve, with new buildings and transportation systems reshaping cities at an extraordinary pace. China has also invested heavily in technology. Companies are developing advanced electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, robotics, and renewable energy. In recent years, the country has also expanded its space program, launching missions that demonstrate its growing capabilities in space exploration. These achievements have drawn global attention. Supporters see them as evidence of remarkable planning, engineering, and long-term investment. Others point to the challenges that accompany such rapid development. One thing, however, is difficult to ignore. China's transformation has changed the way the world thinks about technology, manufacturing, and infrastructure. The question is no longer whether China has become a global power. The question is what it will build next, and how that could influence the future of the world. China's rise has been one of the most remarkable transformations in modern history. But every great power faces new challenges. One of the biggest is its changing population. As birth rates have declined and people are living longer, the country must adapt to a changing workforce and the needs of an aging society. China is also working to balance rapid economic growth with environmental protection. Cleaner energy, electric vehicles, and large renewable energy projects are part of that effort, while pollution and sustainability remain important long-term issues. On the global stage, China plays a major role in international trade, technology, and manufacturing. At the same time, competition with other major economies has increased, making innovation and long-term planning even more important. Despite these challenges, China continues to invest in science, infrastructure, education, and advanced technology. No one can predict exactly what the future will look like. Will China become the world's largest economy? Will it lead the next generation of artificial intelligence and space exploration? Or will new challenges slow its momentum? Only time will provide the answer. But one thing is certain. China's decisions will continue to influence the global economy, technology, and international affairs for years to come. Its story is still being written, and the next chapter may be the most important one. China's journey is one of the most extraordinary stories of the modern world. In just a few decades, it transformed from a nation facing immense challenges into one of the world's leading economies, building massive infrastructure, advancing technology, and influencing industries across the globe. Its achievements continue to inspire admiration, while its future remains the subject of worldwide discussion. No one knows exactly what the next chapter of China's story will look like. But one thing is certain. The choices China makes in the years ahead will continue to shape the global economy, technology, and the lives of billions of people around the world. This is not the end of China's story. It is only the beginning of its next chapter. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the world's most fascinating stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the world.